Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Shino. This is episode 10 of our Vintage Story playthrough. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Thank you for joining me again. And if this is your first time on our channel, or if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are killing this guy. I mentioned in one of the previous episodes I was going to have to move this over, and I've done it. I've got to, this is where the greenhouses are going to go. And I don't have quite enough of the terra preta, but I had some medium fertility soil, so I planted that. And there's going to be a third one right here. And where you see the trenches at now are going to be the walls that kind of combine them together. So that's what we're going to do. And between episodes, I went out and did some ore gathering. Gathered some stone, some clay, some not terra preta, some peat. And I found a beehive. So I'm going to show you that footage in a time lapse while I go in here and I'm going to start planting all my flax. I watched overnight. It got down to -1. So we are good to go. And day-wise, it is the 4th of April. So this is great. All right. We'll talk to you everybody just here in just 1 minute. Enjoy the time lapse. Hey guys, I want to interrupt this. We've got bees in the area and wolves, and this is a very dark area here for being around it. So, let's see if we can find these bees. Getting louder this way. There they are. Awesome. Okay. All right. Mark this. Okay. Back to the time lapse. All right, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Nice finding the bees that close by. Really is. So that really, to put it into reference, let me bring up my map here. And you can see here we are. That's where the bees are. And so what I had done is I'd set up to go to this point first to grab the fire clay. And then I was going to run over and grab the peat and the copper that was over here. And as I was coming down through here, I think when I stopped up here at this, 2 wolves. I heard 2 wolves. You saw me kind of pillar up, look around like a little prairie dog. And then I had some peat that was right there, so I didn't realize that in the beginning. There's a big one there and there and there, so I got lots of peat. So I'm going to start converting all my firing stuff over to peat when I can. But anyway, so I diverted and came over this way. And I came through here to kind of look, grab that canister, look, and then went on down. And that's when I heard the bees while I was in there digging. I heard wolves first, and popped my head up and started looking around. And then as I started moving in closer, I started hearing the bees. That's when I cut in for the little bit on the bees. But so that's what I've done. And as far as the peat's down in there, and you'll see I've got a couple more storage vessels. Between episodes, I did go and dig up all the clay that we had over here. You see that mountain's all red now. I've got all the clay that we had there. Found some more blue clay there. That's up on top of a hill, kind of hard to get to. I did grab that copper, so I can delete that one. So that one's done. And then this whole mountain is full quartz. So that's kind of why I wanted to go get the fire clay. I'm ready to make some glass. I was going to improve the fire pit. And I got into another building project over here. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I didn't upgrade the fire pit. And I am out of wood. I am out of sticks. I'm out of everything. So it's time to greatly improve our situation. But here's the stone that we gathered up. And this is just a little extra vessel I've got up here with a few things in it from that trip. That was the one that was on my back. All right. So I brought in the anvil mold, the ingot molds. And what we're going to start talking about today is we're going to start working on making our forges and getting everything ready for working metal. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to pour our anvil. And this is the ore that I have left from the beginning. And then here is the ore that we gathered up. This is what I gathered up from over by the quartz. This is what you saw me gather up on the time lapse. Sorry, and then this bismuth. I did find some more bismuth in a cave. Went down into a cave looking for some additional copper, and I saw this right up by the opening. So I needed some andesite anyways, because that's what I want to build with. And so I was gathering up the andesite while I was in that area. And went ahead and gathered up that bismuth too. So we are going to end up using that. But first thing we need to do is to do this, we need 900 units of metal. And we talked about this before. That's equivalent to, there's 20 nuggets that make up 100 units. So I need 180 nuggets is what I need to be able to do the anvil. And then I'm going to need another 40 for these. Because we're going to start making our first tools. So I'm going to, we've got 10 there, so I'm going to go ahead and put this here, put our hammer in the same grid, and you see we're going to get, looks like 56 from that one, so that gets us to 66. And then I'm going to put this one in, and we're going to get 4 per each one of those, and we'll go ahead and hit it all. And it looks like we got 128 plus 94. So we've got enough, but we're going to be a little short possibly on what we need. So 100 and that would be, see, 5. There we go. That's our 180. No, I guess we got it. We've got enough for 2 more, and that's all we've got. So, yep. All right. So this is what we're going to end up melting here, and we'll put this in just to validate that we've got our math right. And that will be 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, and 11. Got it. Okay. So I should have brought some of that peat over to heat that up with. That's what I should have done. Now this is going to take a while to heat up. Not going to lie, this is going to take us quite a bit of time. So we're going to get this going. And I've got another mold here, but not really a place to put it. We are getting very close to starting to build. This same situation kind of ran into last time as things started kind of getting kind of bottled up on us in our little hidey hole area. But we're ready to start getting and start doing some building. All right. So just like before, we're going to let this build up to 700 degrees using the wood. And then we're going to add in the charcoal. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. And you can see that's all the sticks I've got. I've got fire brick clay that I need to fire up, and I can't do it because I don't have any more sticks. So this is these first 2 ingots we're going to make are going to be my traditional making my shears and making my saw blade. And you'll see we have just about used up our pick. And I have not touched the bismuth bronze pick yet. I still have it there, but I'm trying to save it whenever I go to get the quartz. I don't want to use it for just getting stone. So I'm going to have to go out and find some more copper here pretty quick. And I better eat too. And I'm getting low on food. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to let this heat up, and I'll be right back. All right, there we go. So that is melted. So now we can pour into our anvil. I mentioned this in season 1. I absolutely love the animation of it actually filling up. Great job, the development team. We're going to pour that ingot and that ingot. All right. And I want to make sure to get that. Oops. Make sure I've got that out of there. I don't want to use up any more of that coal. I've been sitting in this area for so long now. I don't know if you can hear all the drifters that seem to be down below me. So I'm going to say I've probably got a cave that runs underneath here. Okay, so that is that's got our anvil going. We've got our first 2 ingots going. Now we know we're going to have to do this with a forge. So I'm going to need to make some cobblestone, and I'm just going to use the conglomerate. I think that will work. And I need 8. I'm not going to go too far overboard here. Let's make sure this works. I only needed 7. Okay, no big deal. But that's our forge. So our forge is where we're going to heat our ingots back up. And as I've said before, we're kind of getting tight on space here. So I'm going to put that right there, maybe. Yeah, I think I can make that work. Okay, now it is just a matter of waiting for these to soften or to cool down enough that I can pick them up and get them out of the molds. The anvil will take the longest to cool down. I think if we scroll over, it's 10:20. No, it's moving at the same rate. Okay, never mind. So we're going to work on this. So once we get this done, like I said, we're going to heat the ingots back up in the forge, and then we will put them on when they're hot. We'll put them on the anvil, and we'll make our first 2 metal pieces that we want to make. And like I said, we're going to make the shears, because that'll help me gather up more sticks and saplings. And we're also going to make the saw. Now the saw will allow us to start making wood planks out of the wood. And then we can start creating our storage spaces, making slabs, the more upgraded fences, etc., etc. So that's going to be a big turning point for us. All right, these are going to take a little bit yet. So again, I'm just going to interrupt here just for a moment, and then we'll come right back. We're back, and it looks like it says cold. I actually went out and did a little hunting real quick. I was getting low on food, and there just happened to be a cow sitting not too far away. So I killed it, was able to get 9 pieces of meat, and I had 2 that were left over in my basket up there. So, all right, so we're ready to do this. Now, I put the forge up here, and you can see with the tooltip, you hold the shift key, and you want to click up near the top. And we're going to place those 2 items in there. So those are inside there. We'll put that right there for now. And we are definitely about to start cleaning this place up. The other thing that we need to do is we're going to need to fuel this thing. So we're going to hold shift and click near the bottom and add the fuel in. And I mentioned this before, 1 to get it to temperature is what I usually do. 1 piece to heat it up, and since I got 2 pieces in there, I'm going to drop a 3rd piece of coal in it to keep the other piece working. Now, again, these 2 are really quick recipes. They don't take long to go. So heat it up just like we do. There we go. And we're going to clear out some of our tools here a little bit. And we're going to grab our hammer. And now we're just going to wait for those to get to temperature. And you can see up in the top on the forge, it says you've got 2 copper ingots in there, and you can see the temperature rising up on it. That's how you know it's working. But we're going to get that up to 1100 degrees, and then we're going to start off by making our saw blade first. And I've got 4 sticks left, and I'm going to need 2 for these tools. That is ridiculous. But, you know, I've mentioned that before. You need to be gathering up sticks as you go. You need to be gathering up grass as much as you can. You need to be gathering up reeds as much as you can. Now I'm at the point where I need to gather up peat. I need to gather up clay. So there's a lot of resource gathering that has to take place on this. But we're starting to get the tools that's going to allow us to gather up those resources quicker. And which means we're going to be able to spend more time working on other things. So when we start getting into cooking, then that's going to be another tool that we're going to be adding into our repertoire. And we'll be able to start making more complex meals. And those complex meals are going to sustain us longer. So we have to spend less time on the hunt for food. Okay, so I just did a right click on that to get it out. I'm going to hit the shift key, hold it down, and we're making our saw blade. Now, when you grab the hammer, you'll be able to see that you can hit the F, and we can go through all the different ones. Now, if you remember me from season 1, I usually just put it on 1 and just rotate the piece around. So to rotate it with the right click, and then to do the hammer strike, you use the left click, and I hit the Alt key just to kind of lock the piece in. And here we go. Our first metalworking of the season. Very nice. So we're just going to strike these all into place. And I think I showed this before, how you can kind of skip pieces. That's what I just did there. Just basically moving one piece, striking it, popping it up, popping it down, and just keep hopscotching it like a leapfrog, right? There we go. And then I'm going to pop this one over. Just like that. And pop these down. That one into place. Oh, I need one more, didn't I? Let's move it down. I wonder if I can pop that piece up. Let's try it. I can. There we go. Now that I've got them all into place, I'm going to do the split. This will remove all the pieces that we don't need. So everything that's left that's in the black wireframe has got to go. There we go. Metalworking for the win. We love it. And if you love it, go ahead and hit that like button on this video and leave a comment down below. Let me know. All right, and now we're going to make our shears. This one's a little easier, but same thing, same process. Just don't have as many pieces to move into place, just more to cut off. There we go. Now we do the split. Now this tool will not require a stick for converting it, but we will need a stick for our saw. There we go. How's my food doing here? All cooked. There we go, folks. Hey, we did it. All right, so what can we do with this stuff? Well, let's see. Do I have... If you recall, a ways back, I'm just going to keep that in my inventory for now. I had... cut down some birch, and I had it kept stocked away, store-piled for just such an emergency. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this saw blade into a saw. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So there we go, copper saw. And now we're going to take that birch wood. We're going to put it in there. We're not going to convert it all just yet. But let's go ahead and get 24 together. And we're going to take those 24 and we're going to move them around in a square. And we just made our chest. All right. Now what can we do with this chest? Well, what we're going to do is move that out of the way. And we're going to put one of those chests right there. And we're going to take these molds and we're going to start putting them away. There we go. There we go. Get these 4 picked up. Ah, a little breathing room there, huh? Let's take this one and drop it down, and let's see what's inside this basket. Just a bunch of odd and ends, stuff that is needing to go elsewhere. So we're going to move this all together here for a second. And like I said, we're just trying to create for ourselves a little space here. Back in there. What else do we have? That, and that. Let's go ahead and while we're thinking about it, we're going to throw those bones in there too. Okay. We should be able to now recover those cattails. All right. And we got another one over here. Let's see. We got another chest. Let's go ahead and put it up here as well. And Yeah, let's empty this one out here. I'm not going to put the charcoal on that one. Charcoal's too valuable. We're going to put it elsewhere. Oh, you see that? I saw that. There we go. Oh, did I put it in there? Yeah, I did. And then that charcoal, we're going to put in this basket over here. Heat up a little bit. And now that one is empty. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to recover it for the cattails. All right. Now we'll go ahead and put our anvil back down. And I think we're going to put our anvil... We're going to put our anvil right there for now. There we go. All right, we're going to leave that one. This one, that storage vessel, we're going to be able to move. Put some stuff into it. So that's it. I mean, we're going to... I'm going to sleep through the night. I'm not going to go much further with you guys. I do have a long list of things I need to do between episodes, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But before that, if you like seeing these videos, you want to know when I'm uploading them, every Wednesday you'll get a video out, just like today. And then you're also going to get a video on Saturday and on Sundays. So that's when I do my uploads. Now, I'll upload other videos, and if you really want to know when those videos are going up, go to my channel, click the notifications button. Once you're subscribed, hit the notification button, and you'll get a notification each and every time that I upload a video. Okay? So let's talk about what we're going to do between episodes. I am going to have to make some more clay molds. I see that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more clay molds, especially for the ingots cast, because I need to start getting ready for some really heavy metalworking. I'm going to try to... well, let me look at it here. I think... No, it doesn't look like it. I was going to say, do I have enough? And I don't. So I'm going to have to go gather up some more copper. I was thinking about making another bismuth bronze ingot, but I've got everything else except for the copper. So I'm going to need to go get some more copper. And then the other thing, I'm going to make a bunch of molds for... getting ready for cooking. So I think that's what we're going to be doing in our next episode. We're going to work on some more storage. I'm kind of getting everything cleaned up. We're going to build a structure for us to move out of this in. I think between episodes, I'm also going to cut down a lot of the buildings that are in this area. If you look at the map, we've got the big church structure that's here. I think we're going to cut that out. I think I'm going to cut that one down, dig it all out. I'm going to dig these structures out. We're going to remove a lot of this stuff that's here, and then we're going to repurpose a lot of these pieces for another building. But we're going to build a more permanent structure for us. And I've been working on a map of where we got a tunnel that's going through here, and I'm going to build kind of a layered steampunk type structure around this hill. So we'll have some that will come out of the hill at ground level. We'll have some that will come out of the hill at a higher level. They kind of jet out into space. We're going to build multiple buildings on top of buildings. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be really neat there. But this whole area that we're going to be building is going to have a lot of big farms. Like the tree farm is going to go in over here. Animal farms are going to go in here. Garden space, the great big garden is going to go over here. And then we'll put our tannery in. We'll put our gardening space in, or our gardening shed. Things like that. Of course, you can see where our greenhouses are going to go. And then I'm thinking of like a great house going right here in the middle. Been kind of thinking about doing kind of a Viking theme as far as the building goes. So may put some docks down here. Anyways, thinking about it. We'll come back and we'll work on that next time. Okay? Hey, people, I appreciate you being with me, and we'll talk to you next time. Take care.